quartz produce an electric field around electric field when a force is applied and the shape of the crystal changes, stress compressed. Okay, so this is the actual phenomena of piezoelectric transducer. And also, what is piezoelectric crystal? So what is piezoelectric crystal? I talked to you. Piezoelectric crystal. So what is piezoelectric crystal? A material is a material that produces an EMF that produces an EMF, means electromotive force, when it is stress means like stress, no, it's stress, like it gets off, the distance increases, stress causing itself to change. So a material that produces an EMF when it is stressed, causing itself to change. This is the piezoelectric crystal. Also, when a voltage is applied across it in one direction, it changes its dimensions slightly. Okay, so this is the piezoelectric transducer. Okay, so you don't have to get deeply in this piezoelectric crystal, but as you'll already you'll study it in ultrasound. So in electronic, they just give so short brief introduction about piezoelectric crystal. So we'll back to LDR. So LDR is one of the most interesting and important part of this electronics. LDR, light dependent resistor, in 2 number, light dependent light dependent resistor. Okay, so light dependent resistor, so LDR. So first thing in LDR, you need to know the shape. Many of the students get confused in the shape of LDR. So in some part you see like this. Okay, in some question you will see this kind of symbol, and also in some way you see this kind of symbol. So these both symbols are same. Do not get confused. You can even write this symbol or this symbol, no differences. Okay, so this is the symbol of LDR. So let's make over here, like you can even write both of them, or like this. This has the same meaning. Do not get confused. Even in the first time I also get confused in these symbols, that which kind of symbol is this. So I thought that this is a different kind of LDR, but it was not. So a resistor whose resistance decreases as the intensity of the light falling on it. So actually in this LDR resistor, so this is the resistor. Do not get confused. This is the resistor. This is the types of resistor. This is the LDR. Okay. So in here, like a resistor whose intensity decreases. Okay, sorry, whose resistance decreases as the as the intensity of the light falling on it. So light dependent resistor is a resistor is a resistor whose resistance decreases, with the resistance decreases as the intensity of the light falling on it. So let's draw one LDR. So when the light means the sunlight, when it can be sunlight, or it can be other source of light, it get function. So when the light get incident over here, the resistance of it get decreases, so R get decreases. Okay, so this is the concept of light dependent resistor. And when the when this I, let's make one relation. So when this I, when this intensity increases, the resistance get decreases. Okay, so when this intensity get decreases, this resistance get increases. So this is the relation of LDR. When the intensity of light get increases, the resistance of its resistor get decreases. So it has the inverse relation with intensity of light. And then after so this LDR, this LDR is made of this LDR is, I'll just use one. So this LDR is made of, this is made of a high resistance semiconductor. So this is made of high resistance semiconductor. So in quantum physics, you study about band theory. So in band theory, you'll know how this semiconductor work. There is there is brief about this part, semiconductors, so you don't have to worry about how this works, but I expect you to know this relation. So when the intensity of light get increases, its resistance get decreases. This is the simple things. Okay, so I told you that if a light falling on the LDR, its resistance get decreases. Same thing. And also some photons are absorbed. So here some photons are absorbed. So when these photons hit on the surface of LDR, some photons be absorbed and some photon be released out. Okay, so I told you that you study this in quantum physics, so no need to know this in briefly. Okay, so what is there in next part? Okay, so characteristics of LDR. So this is characteristics of LDR. So what is the characteristics of LDR? So its characteristics. What is there actually? So okay. So characteristics of LDR. So characteristics of LDR. So what kind of characteristics do they have? So I'll just sketch one graph, and I told you that illumination, there is